I'll not forget to put this next to my face. Okay. First of all, thank you. Thank you for your patience with this technology and this virtual presentation. My name is Anshu, and I'm an optometrist, and I'm also a fellow Rotarian.
Ah,
17 years ago, yeah, I'm a Rotarian. 17
nice.
years ago, I began a journey with one goal to bring eye care to underserved communities, people who would never get a chance to see an eye doctor and may never see clearly. I had one aim: turn darkness into light. This 2-month-old baby was carried by his mom on the back of a motorcycle, unprotected, both of them, traversing mountains, unpaved roads to come to our clinic. She came in desperately looking for help because the child was born with his eyes being white. And as we worked to treat this kid, the mom literally in front of our clinic pulled out a stove out of her little bag and started cooking right there on the ground. And she slept right there for days while we took care of this kid. And when she had to bathe, she would hand this baby off to random strangers, not because she was careless. She was desperate. She knows life without sight is no opportunities. It's life of dependence, loneliness, and she would do anything for this child to see. My journey in this started when I graduated my residency. I took a little time to reflect on what was important to me and the type of life I wanted to lead. And I remembered a promise I had made before I left India, where I was born. And I said to myself, if I ever have a chance to make something of myself, I would not forget. And that took me to the Himalayas of India for my very first eye camp ever. And people like this lady had walked over 6 hours and stood in line all day to get care in our little room here. And there were some incredible moments helping a child see clearly for the first time. Kids don't know their world is blurry. When they put on a pair of glasses, they literally stop and in slow motion start observing with so much attention that you can tell they're seeing for the first time. Or helping an elderly regain independence. Without a pair of glasses, they can't cook for themselves. They can't pick out the little stones and the debris out of their food. They can't sew a rip in their clothes or even take care of personal hygiene. They live a life of dependency. And a simple pair of glasses can make them regain their independence. And then there were some devastating moments. A 40-year-old monk sat in my chair and said he heard there were doctors coming from America. So he walked way beyond any motorized vehicle could go. And he said, my world has gone completely dark. Can you do anything to bring light back? I examined him and my heart sank. He was completely blind from glaucoma in both of his eyes. But he didn't have to be this way. But it was too late for him. But the worst part was he was not alone. There were so many people, whether they lost their eyes from glaucoma or trauma or infection, things that could have been easily treated caused these people to live a life in darkness. And it really got me thinking, before I left, I had 2 full-time job offers. And I thought about it. If I didn't take my job, would someone not get care in New York City? No, others would replace me. And I thought, oh, what about here? It was only me and my colleague and one local doctor there. And so I questioned to myself, did I want to live a life built, did I want to work building a comfortable life? Or did I want to be the difference between light and darkness for a community that, sorry, I forgot my slides, for a community that had nowhere to turn. Um, and I decided, the answer was really simple. I extended my trip and added a couple more weeks and actually ended up adding more mobile clinics through Rotary, the local Rotary clubs there. And when I returned home, I turned down my job offers and made a life around serving underserved communities. I picked up multiple part-time jobs that allowed me to go and serve anywhere there was help needed and I could get connected. From helping inner city kids and families across the US to helping villagers around the world in Africa, India, and other places. And one of those trips took me to Haiti. I went to Haiti for the first time in 2010, and I flew from New York and met a team at Miami airport, and in less than 2 hours, we were in Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti. We went to an area called Fond Blanc. It was mountainous, green, dark, no electricity, no running water. There weren't motorcycles and cars. There were horses and donkeys. The roads were not even paved. And people started lining up in the middle of the night to get eye care. And when we got there early in the morning, the lines were out the door of the hospital, the main gate. And we worked hard all day, working till late into the night, 11, sometimes around midnight. And we were just not, people just waited all day hungry and thirsty to get service. And if we couldn't finish the lines, they would just sleep right there and wake up the next day, get back in line, be seen, and take their animal transport home just so they can have access to the little care. It was unbelievable. Just 4 hours away from New York, there was such a massive devastation and need. I kept on going back with the same team. I started working with other teams around the country, and I realized the story was much of the same. People were going needlessly blind, not because they had something that couldn't be cured. They just didn't have eye care. People like this little 6-year-old child brought in by his mom with so much hope that doctors from America could solve this kid's issue. And she has no clue what's going on. Unfortunately, we had to tell her this child would never see and would have a very short life. It was devastating. And it was the reality. You know, people were having to wait for us to show up at our convenience. And by doing so, they were losing their sight and sometimes their lives. The reality was these people needed a full-time clinic if we didn't want any more of that to be happening. And that sparked a massive change in me. I came and I started working on that. I downsized my life in New York City, left New York, and moved in with my family. And I started working hard to pay my student loans off and then started collecting money after that to building this clinic, a permanent clinic. And in 2015, I went down with 2 suitcases and a carry-on filled with equipment I once had to buy as a student, glasses and medication, and started working towards making this clinic. And when that clinic was built, it was so bare. The floors were worse than garage floors. You couldn't sweep them. We learned that the hard way that you had to mop them. Otherwise, so much dust would lift up and ruin our equipment. Something simple as paper was hard to find. I came back on my first trip, picked up 3 computers, and we made Word documents for each patient. I found 2 whiteboards. My cursor won't move. I found 2 whiteboards. One here we just put outside and hand wrote eye clinic. The other one cursor. The other one you can see over right around here, and I would be teaching, but I was teaching everywhere because we didn't have space. And we had no patience. We would walk around asking the locals to sit, to sit for an exam, and so the staff could practice the skills they have learned. And by word of mouth, it spread that there's eye care available and we're solving their problems, and people started lining up. The cases were challenging. I would call my colleagues over the poor internet connections, and some gave advice, some came down to help. The equipment we had wasn't sufficient. I contacted companies to get higher advanced equipment so we could take care of the complex diseases we were seeing. And some companies gave equipment and we got equipment. And within 2 years, we had to take down all our internal walls. And in place of 2 stations, we had to put in 11 stations. And we got advanced diagnostic equipment to be able to see things that our eyes aren't capable of seeing. And we got lasers to prevent blindness. And as of to date, we have done over 137,000 free eye exams. And we have allowed people to see, work, and remain independent. And we have prevented thousands of people from going permanently blind. And who has really made this possible is the local team. They have gone through an extensive training program that has allowed them to take care of their community. And now they perform high quality exams on par with international standards and manage such complex conditions every single day. They are managing such complex conditions and they are open and available to serve their community and take care of their needs. And you can see them doing that here. And you can see the clinic has advanced a little bit. The floors are tiled. This is our medication cabinet. You can see a little bit more equipment present there. One thing you'll notice, we're floor to ceiling shelves. We have no space. And we started Haiti's first ever retinopathy of prematurity program where you screen premature babies to prevent them from going blind. We noticed little kids were coming in with blindness, and it was because they were born prematurely. And the treatment you get can cause you to lose your sight. So we started the screening program where we screen these babies and we prevent them from going blind before they can even open their eyes fully. And this led us to start our normal pediatric vision screening program where we screen babies at normal birth age to through age 19, looking for similar glasses, any infections, any medical conditions. We are raising awareness around the country. We're educating the community and making sure they understand the conditions they have so they can participate in their care, and together we can have the maximum impact. And we've done a lot of great work on a very small budget, but we ran into a crisis. The local hospital that houses our clinic needs their space back for their own growth. And we're bringing in so much volume that their facilities aren't able to accommodate it. So basically, we have a choice. Either we rebuild in a new facility that can accommodate the volume that we receive, or we shut down the service. I took this out to the community leaders, and they said, we cannot lose this service. People come, excuse me, people come from all over the country, people who have nowhere to get service here. And these young professionals you have trained are caring for them. This must continue forward. They found land which belonged to a Haitian diaspora family and connected us. And after months of talking, the eldest family member came down and evaluated us and loved what we were doing and decided to join our journey of bringing sight and give the land to us at a very low cost. So we have the land and we have the equipment and we have a local team and we even have Architects Without Borders designing with us for the last year. What we need is funding to be able to make this a reality. And building in Haiti is very complex. It requires all the materials to come from the US. So whatever you pay at your hardware store, add additional transportation cost all the way to our clinic in Fond du Blanc, plus a customs fee. And we have to build with a higher responsibility. In middle of cataract surgery, electricity can't go out. You need backups. You need your electric system and backup that of sorry, and backup of that and a backup of that, because failure is not an option. You are going to end up hurting someone because your electricity went out. So there's a higher level of responsibility. We're 100% volunteer run team. When I went down in 2015, I ended up living in Haiti for about 4 or 5 years. And I did that with living my life at a very bare minimum level. And once my staff got competent, then I spent a couple months in the US, couple months over there. I go back and forth, and I work. Actually, you're seeing me at my work. I work to support myself and my travels, along with helping to support this clinic. So everything we get, we take it right to the cause on the ground. Um, so, I want to invite you to join this journey of bringing sight and join us to prevent this community from going back into darkness. And, I would invite you to help us spread the word in your individual networks or your local clubs around you or your entire district. And for anybody on an individual level or a club level or district level you feel like supporting, you can support any of our current programs. Or this year, we're going to actually, of course, we're going to build our clinic. We're going to try to break ground there at the end of the year. Or we're working to start a school vision screening program and 4 school systems. It's a pilot program we're starting. And we're going to do something unique. It's going to have 3 components: parent education days. We're going to create a vision club in each of the high school, each system's high school. And we're going to go out and screen with our team. We're hoping we're going to teach these high schoolers how to detect conditions early and some basic steps of vision screening. And we hope that these guys will become sight savers in their community for anyone around them, that they can help detect conditions, get them the service they need, educate them to come and get services. So, that has a big part in not losing your sight or too early. These are different ways you can give. And I want to say thank you for this opportunity to share this work with you. There are a couple of videos that we can go into that can help you visualize what I just spoke about. Um, One of them is of a patient who has been coming to us for about 9 years. And when she came to us, she had just been amputated in her leg from diabetes. And she was bleeding massively in both of her eyes, and she had no hope. She felt like this life was pretty done, and she was just going to kind of little by little, something or other was just going to go fully. We stabilized her eyes. We had to become her counselors about her medications, about her routine, especially after having an amputation. And after years of working with her, we have been able to bring a lot of the vision back. And, she comes to our clinic by herself. When she first came, she came in a wheelchair, being pushed around by someone, and it took a lot of work together to get her out of there and on her own. And she completely comes on her own. And when I went to take this video, she was sitting outside in her front yard with her walker next to her, selling used purses. We have kept her seeing, independent, and supporting herself and her family. This is what is possible with care.
It's been 8 9 years since I've been coming to the Fondable Eye Clinic. If it wasn't for this eye clinic, I would have been blind. I will not be seen at all. Thanks to the eye clinic's team. Right now, I can walk, I can see. Without this care, I would have needed someone to hold my hand. It's made a huge difference to my life. Thanks to grace of the eye clinic Fondable. And I thank Anshu and the entire team. I thank them all. Thank you.
Hi, this is Dr. Anshu Chandra. I'm back in Haiti, standing in front of the eye clinic. Let's go inside and see what's happening here. We're treating this lady for glaucoma who rides a motorcycle for 2.5 hours to get care. Without it, blindness is a real possibility. Meet this 8-year-old boy having his very first eye exam. Today he'll get a full checkup and learn how to care for his eyes. This gentleman traveled 4 hours from near Port-au-Prince. He hasn't seen clearly in 3 years. Today, we're working to change that. And this 3-month-old is one of our tiniest patients. We're monitoring her closely to protect her vision to give her the best start in life. So much good is happening here, thanks to all of you. Please help us keep this going. Thank you.
Thank you. Merci. Merci beaucoup.
My name is Anshu Chandra. I'm a US trained optometrist with a mission to bring sustainable eye care to a place that had none.
Dr. Chandra joined us for many short-term eye trips to Haiti to provide care to the poor.
We had to bring everything with us, all the supplies, the microscope, the surgical instruments. It was really difficult to do.
We did a lot of good, but every time we left, we knew there was so much more work to be done.
These are short mission trips, and we always feel a sense of accomplishment when we treat patients in these poverty-stricken communities, but then we always have to leave.
We would typically see hundreds of patients and made a small dent in the problem.
We were overwhelmed with patients each time. Dr. Chandra began to see the need for a permanent eye clinic.
We started very small within the local hospital. I began training the locals by giving them lectures and hands-on clinical skills. Soon, word spread that we are curing eye diseases for free, and we grew rapidly. Today, we're one of the busiest eye clinics in Haiti, seeing over 100 patients daily. People come from all across Haiti to receive high-quality care at no cost.
This clinic has been highly successful. Every day, we treat glaucoma, diabetes, and infections, preventing blindness. By January 2026, we provided over 132,000 free eye exams and 7,050 advanced procedures. Equipped with 11 exam lanes, OCT imaging, visual fields, lasers, and ultrasound, delivering advanced eye care. We provide continuing medical education, ensuring high-quality care.
Seeing these people that really don't have access to eye care breaking down in tears, it's the first time they've seen clearly in years. Something as simple as just a pair of glasses can really make a life-changing impact. It's a really remarkable achievement on her part.
Now we're not just treating, we are preventing blindness. We started Haiti's first ever retinopathy of prematurity screening program, giving premature babies a chance at sight. Unfortunately, we're in danger of losing everything. The hospital needs our clinic space urgently. If we can't relocate, we will be forced to shut down, leaving thousands with no eye care. This community is counting on us. The good news is, as of March 2025, we secured land for our permanent clinic. Now we have the equipment and we have the trained staff, but all we need is your help to construct this new facility to continue providing care and training for generations to come.
Supporting this building will have a direct impact on the quality of life of so many people.
There is a direct relationship between poor vision and poverty. It'll be designed specifically for eye care.
We need your help to continue this work. Dr. Anshu had a vision, and she turned it into something real. She built this program from scratch, bringing eye care to a community that had none. And today, sight is being saved every single day. It's 100% volunteer run in the US with no overhead. Every dollar goes straight to patient care, building the clinic and protecting someone's sight. That's why I support the Global Eye Project, because every contribution makes a real, lasting, life-changing difference.
Please help us. Our team is 100% unpaid volunteers, including my role. You can donate on our website, via Zelle, Venmo, or by mail. Thank you for your support in keeping eye care alive in this community.
So questions?
Mhm.
What happened to the baby in the beginning?
Yeah, so we ended up treating that baby, and after some time of treating him, we couldn't get enough clearing. So basically we figured the baby has congenital glaucoma, meaning the pressures were so high from the time he was born that it clouded up the clear front window you have. And so we tried to reduce the pressures a lot, but when that happens, the child's drainage is not well formed and they need an operation to kind of open it up. So we referred him to a surgeon. I used to go and teach at the ophthalmology residency over there. And we referred him to the surgeon there. And I actually had a visiting doctor from Bascom Palmer in Miami at that time. And we referred him, we didn't have anesthesia in our facility, so he couldn't do it. And so we referred him over there, and the guy said he did the surgery, but neither me or this doctor could see the results of this surgery. So we couldn't really get the eyes to clear up enough to give this child enough sight. And this is such a sad story. And because we were able to identify it, start the treatment, but we weren't able to get that final, like, main thing that really would make a difference. And, so this is one of those things, one of our goals when we build this clinic that we become a training institution, and we're training our staff, but a training institution for surgery as well, because we want to make sure these surgeons have the skills to be able to take care of these cases. And what we basically came up with is that he probably just doesn't know what he's doing enough to be able to do the job and deliver it right, if that makes sense. So that is one of our goals, is to become a training center so we can prevent these kind of things in the long run. It's sad, it's just so sad that the mom put in so much effort, and at the end it couldn't come through enough. Maybe a little bit better, but not enough.
Any other questions?
Security. How do you have challenges with security?
Yeah, yeah, actually, that was part of my slide, but I pull it out because everyone, like, so one of the thing, one thing I'll tell you, what you hear about when you go to Haiti, you hear a lot of negative news about security. What you're hearing about is Port-au-Prince and its immediate surrounding areas. Port-au-Prince has pockets where it's gang controlled. Um, and outside of that, life is calm and quiet. I used to go to Port-au-Prince and teach the ophthalmology residents myself, and I was doing that through 2020. And I was actually flying in and out of Port-au-Prince. That was the most convenient for me, through 2024 and 2025. I think in December 2024, American flights stopped flying to Haiti or Port-au-Prince. No, I think to Haiti in general. So they all stopped going to Haiti in general. So um, that's the only reason. But I mean, you have to imagine 3 million people live there on a given day. When violence breaks out, they know what to do and how to avoid it. But outside of Port-au-Prince, life is calm and quiet. The economy
Great.
differs tremendously. Sorry?
Yeah, the phone just locked up for a second, cut out for a second, but
Oh, that's okay. I can't see you.
yeah.
I'm seeing a wall or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably the camera pointing backwards. I just haven't played with it.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, she's probably looking
Any
at that.
any other questions?
Any other questions, guys? All right. Well, thank you, Anshu. We appreciate it.
Yes, I would love a chance to come back and give you
Yeah.
guys some updates when we have some more updates.
Yeah. Thank you for all that you're doing. And we'll definitely have some discussions about seeing what we can do to support you. So
Sounds
I
great.
think I
Thank
see a lot of heads
you.
bobbing up and down. So I think that's a good sign. So we'll
I haven't
see what
seen
we
your
can do.
team. If you flip
Well,
your phone
yeah.
around, I mean your camera around.
Swap.
No, not your phone. I think your camera there. I don't even know why I have this headset in
Yeah,
stealth.
turn it around. There we go.
There it
Okay.
is.
There's.
Oh,
It's on the phone or it's on the
it's the phone
computer?
there. Here we go.
Oh,
It's click.
No, sit them people.
It was you.
Oh.
All right. Well, enjoy lunch.
There's that as an option. You got.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for helping with all the coordination. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you so
You guys
much.
have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.